Hi everyone, I'm Sophie and welcome back to my channel, Sophie Lavers Yoga. Today we're going to do a session on yoga for runners. So this will be a perfect session to do post-run when you want to do a cool down and some stretches, or on a rest day when you really just feel like doing a bit of a stretching session. When you're ready, let's start laying down for some lower body mobility work. So just laying down on the mat. Let's take the legs long just for a moment. Maybe stretch the arms up overhead, finding as much length through the whole body as you can. And then release the arms. Let's bring both feet up so they're flat on the mat. Bring the right leg in and perhaps hold under the thigh here. We're just going to start with some ankle circles. So circling around one way, really articulating through the entire foot. So you've been doing some running, your ankles might be feeling a little bit stiff. Just really good to get a little bit of mobility through the joint. So once you've gone both ways, either keep this left leg flat on the floor or stretch it long. We'll come into some hip circles. So coming across the body, extend it away, take it nice and wide and draw it in. And again. And again, we'll take about 4 one way and 4 the other way. In running, we take our movement just through one plane of movement. So just forward and back, it's very repetitive. So we want to try and move our body through some different planes of movement and full range of motion. Circling around. And then let's lower that leg down, draw the other leg up. Start with some ankle circles. No tension through the upper body. So if you're doing this after a run, you'll probably be feeling nice and warm through the body. Maybe a little bit sore if it was a longer run. But if this is being done on a rest day, you might need to warm the body up a little bit. Might be feeling a bit cold. All right, stretch the leg long. Draw the knee across the body, extend it away, open wide. Bring it back in. Really try and get that full 360 degrees of the head of the femur, so the leg, the thigh bone in the socket joint. And around. And just enjoy a little bit of relaxing time on while you're on the mat as well, lying down. All right, hugging the knees in, draw them in towards the chest, just a gentle rock side to side there, massaging the lower back on the mat. And then let's take a twist. So keeping the knees and ankles together, drop them towards me. So the front of the room, take the arms wide in a T shape. And if it feels good for you, turning the head in the opposite direction. If you'd like to create a little more leverage, take the hand to the thigh and draw the leg down. Really twisting through the spine. Deep breaths there. Yoga is all about the connection between the breath and the body and the mind. So let's really stay with the breath in this practice. One more full breath there, deep inhale and exhale, find your twist. Coming back through the center, changing sides. Knees and ankles come down one way, take the arms nice and wide, turn the head and settle into the twist. And again, if it feels good for you, you can take the hand to the thigh and use that hand to draw the knees further away, and so you can find a greater sense of twist through the body. That's it, rolling over, pressing up to a tabletop position. Let's just start with some cat and cow. So wrists are directly under the shoulders, knees are under the hips, belly is switched on here where you're in neutral spine, so I could rest a dinner plate on the back of your body. Inhale, then exhale, rounding through the spine, arching nice and high like the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Coming through. Chest comes the other way. Really try and get that beautiful arch through the whole spine, lower, mid and upper. And again, coming to cat, back through cow. 2 more. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Feels good. All right. Pulling back, extended puppy. So you're welcome to just come to child's pose if you prefer, or extended puppy. Stretch the arms nice and long. Melt the heart through. Maybe bring the balls of the feet to the mat, and then forehead comes to the mat. Really breathe here. So full expansion through the lungs. Feel like you're breathing into the back of the body. One more breath there, really opening up through the chest. And then walking the hands back, coming to sit back in a kneeling position, or come to cross-legged if that's better for you, better for the knees. From here, let's just start with a shoulder stretch. So right arm comes across, take around the forearm there and draw the shoulder down, find that stretch. Really drop that shoulder down. And then from there, arm comes over the top, so we're taking a tricep stretch. So take the back of the elbow here, draw the tricep away, chest comes through. Feeling that stretch through the back of the arm. And let's find the other side. Arm comes across. Find that shoulder stretch. Drop the arm down. Drop the shoulder. Sitting up nice and tall. And tricep stretch. So bending that arm behind you. Take the elbow here. Draw the hand down the back there. One more breath there. Inhale and exhale. Lower the hands. We're coming to downward facing dog. So hands are spread once again about shoulder width here or a little wider. Tuck the toes under. Knees come off. We'll come to downward facing dog. Just take one moment there. We're going to come forward to bear. So coming forward, just a little bit of strength through the upper body. Knees are staying lightly off. Core is switched on. Downward facing dog. Last time, coming forward to bear. Hold here a moment. Really push the mat away through the arms, nice and strong. And downward facing dog. Eye gaze through the feet here. Then from there, pedaling through the feet, let's give the backs of the legs a really beautiful stretch here. If it becomes a little much to be up on the shoulders, you can always come down to the knees and just take a calf stretch this way. So stretching through one leg, bring that leg down, stretching through the other leg. Either here or, as I said, up here in downward facing dog, just stretching through the calf. A really beautiful one for runners. All right, both feet come down. Walk the feet up to the hands, just pad them gently up, knees nice and bent. Feet are hip width apart, chest comes to the thighs, hang the neck nice and long, no tension there. And either arms stay long, or you can take the back of the elbows and come to ragdoll. Just hanging forward here, maybe a gentle rock side to side. Deep breaths. And then come to stillness. From here, stepping back with this right leg, come to a kneeling lunge. So front foot and back knee are hip width apart for stability. Come up nice and tall. From here, I want you to think of tucking this pelvis under so you get that stretch through the hip flexor, which often can get quite tight from running, I find. Lift this front arm, take the wrist, and then we stretch sideways over this front knee here. So the aim here is to be feeling the stretch all the way down through the side of the body and then through the front of the hip. Release that, let's come a little deeper. So bring the hands down, heel toe the foot a bit wider, and then open here through the chest. So still feeling the stretch through the front of the hip, but more again through this the inside thigh of the front leg. One more breath there, really sending the breath through the whole body, encouraging all the muscles, all the tissues to relax. And then from there, hands come down, bring the foot back in, come back to your ragdoll. So this time, keep it restorative in just staying in ragdoll, or you're welcome to stretch the legs a little bit more so you can find a little bit more of a hamstring stretch. Deep breaths wherever you are. And then let's step back with the left foot. Find your kneeling lunge. Lifting nice and tall. Lift the arm, take the wrist, stretching over this front knee here. And then from there, heel toe the front foot a little bit wider, bring the hands down, lift through the chest. Stay with that stretch through the front of the hip and then through the inner thigh. Just a couple of breaths there. Doing these stretches is so important for running, to keep the muscles lengthened, to help with recovery and to keep you injury free. All right, let's extend this right leg, sitting up nice and tall. We're just going to fold forward over this front leg. So the aim here is to keep both of your sit bones underneath your butt anchored to the mat. And just stretching forward, you'll feel this one through the inner thigh. And remember, it doesn't matter how far you can come. It's all about the benefit that you're giving your body through doing these stretches. Something they always say in yoga is to put your ego aside and to just be where you are. No need for comparison or any judgment. And then coming up, turning to face the leg. Let's come to a hamstring stretch. So just bringing the left leg into a comfortable position here, sitting up nice and tall. Let's lift the arms, inhale, exhale, folding forward. And each stretch we want to hold for about 5 slow breaths to really give the muscles a chance to relax. Just checking there's no tension through the shoulders or neck there. It's very easy for it to creep up. And then walking the hands up. Let's take the other side. Find your way to the other side of the mat. Extend the leg out. Once again, keeping both sit bones anchored and then walking the hands forward just as far as is comfortable. If you keep consistent with doing your stretches over time and patience, you'll be able to come a little further. One more breath there. Inhale, exhale, really breathing down into the muscles. Full body breaths. Walk the hands up, turning to face the extended leg. Foot in, sit up nice and high on the sit bones. Reach the arms high. Inhale, exhale, folding forward. And really making sure to keep breathing, not holding on, not forcing it. Just really encouraging the muscles to relax. Walking the hands back up. Let's come back and lay down on the mat. Enjoy a few more moments of lying down here. So we'll take reclined pigeon. Take the right leg across, flex the foot, reaching through. Take the back of the thigh or the top of the shin. Draw the knee down towards you. If it's a little much here, you can always place a cushion or a block under your head so that your neck gets a little more support. We just want to really be able to focus this stretch through the glutes and hips. Just really starting to unwind the energy now. And let's come to the other side. Left leg comes across, reaching through. Take the thigh or the top of the shin, draw the knee down. Deep breaths there. Feeling good about everything you're giving to your body and your mind by taking this time for yourself. And to finish off, we'll come to happy baby. So either arms behind the knees, take the lower legs, or maybe peace fingers to the big toes. Draw the knees down towards the armpits. Keep this one nice and easy. Feel a sense of release through the hips. And just maybe a gentle rock side to side, massaging the lower back on the mat. That's it. And then let's come to Shavasana. So stretching the legs long, just a few breaths here. Arms out by the width of your mat, palms facing up. Close off the eyes, open through the chest. Just 3 breaths here. Breathing in, expanding through the rib cage, letting the belly lift. And then exhale, breath flows out through the body. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale, letting go. Last one, breathing in, fresh new energy, vitality, feeling positive and ready to get on with the day. And exhale. Then from there, finding a little bit of movement, maybe hugging the knees in towards the chest before rolling over to one side. And coming up to sitting in a cross-legged seated position with me. When you get here, feel the sit bones anchoring you to the mat. Hands are just resting lightly on the thighs. Find the openness across the chest, pressing up through the crown of the head. Bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Thank you so much for joining me for our Yoga for Runners stretch today. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining me. 2 practices come out on the channel each week. So one that's fairly restorative and relaxing and stretching, and one with a little more intensity. So I'd be grateful if you would subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to leave this video a like or a comment if you enjoyed it and you think that someone else might enjoy it too. Share it with friends. I think that's enough for me. I will see you soon. Goodbye.